because it's all the goods. It's like the stuff that you're like, oh, yes, tell me. Give it to me straight. And again, just to preface, this woman is extremely successful with network marketing. And so she's giving this, she wrote this book, I'm sure, to save herself time so that when her newbies start, she can say, read this book and then we'll talk, right? She's poured everything that she knows into this book to make it a really comprehensive approach to learning how to do this. So this is her parting words. She starts with the 10 E's to being an empowered entrepreneur. Number 1, 86 the ego. So she talks about a lot of people can get kind of full of themselves with network marketing. People can start to think they have something special or that they are something special. When we all know it's a team effort, 100% all the way. No one can do this alone. No one can be really successful in network marketing all by themselves. It's not possible. So she talks about watch your attitude. Never convey a down attitude to your downline. So she talks about if you have anything negative or hard or stressful to say, not even in group settings would I bring it up. If you have something negative, take it up. Take it to your sponsor. Take it to your next upline leader that can help you work through it. And that's not that, like, it's not that you're fake to your downline. Do you guys feel like I'm pretty transparent? I feel like I share with you my struggles and say, gosh, I've struggled with this and that, but you don't say, black balloons the other day, like, we talk about things so that we can grow from it, but we don't talk about something unless we talk about the solution right with it. You know what I mean? So she talks about how important that is because we really want to protect the culture of our team like it's gold, because that's so important for there to be good morale on the team. She talks about don't compare yourself to others. I love it. Don't compare yourself to others. When we waste valuable energy comparing ourselves to others, we are overlooking our potential and the opportunity for growth in our own life. I love that, because the second we start to draw comparisons, we lose it. We lose the lesson that we could be learning. We lose our unique contribution, right? Right? Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. It's so true. Network marketing too, like, there's nothing without the team. And that's part of I just got the chills. That's one of my favorite things, because I love having a team. I love it being about all of us together. It's never about just me. Like, whenever I see my name on the leaderboard, I'm like, nope, that's Synergy Plexus, because I feel like everybody working together is what makes us really successful. Okay, so she talks about, hey dude, what you doing? Give me a kiss and go upstairs, okay? I love you. Too much for words, Mr. Blue Lips. Okay, I love you. You want to say bye real quick? We gotta focus here. Say hi. Hi. Okay. You shut that door. I'll come up and snuggle you in just a minute. Shut the door, babe. Okay. So she said, stop struggling, striving, comparing, and competing. The death of contentment is comparison. Competition takes you captive. Focus on your calling. Oh, baby, put that on the wall, right? I love the death of contentment is comparison. Have you had experience with that? Where you feel like, oh, we're doing good. I feel like we're moving along. And then you look left or right and you're like, oh, but I'm not going as fast as that person, or oh, she's already that rank. Like, oh, what I've done that. Like, I even today had the thought of like, oh, so many people just blow right through Sapphire and just go right on to Diamond. But I caught myself and I was like, I'm committed to alignment, peace, joy, and success. Some people are ready to just hit it and be completely out of balance until they hit the diamond, and that's okay for them. That's not my reality. That's not my truth. That's not my calling. So we have to stick to our calling and focus on our calling, and maybe that's a word that we can put on the wall. Like, your unique calling. Whenever you start to compare, whenever we start to compare, instead of going down that nasty spiral that ends us in a deep, dark cave of misery, don't even go there. Just choose to focus on our calling, on my calling, on your unique contribution, and on the lesson that we get to learn, right? I love that. Number 2, exude. Hold on. Does anybody have thoughts on that? Do you guys have thoughts on maybe a triumph you had when you were starting to compare yourself? And then you were able to work through it, or the energy that comes with comparison, or how you've worked through comparison, because it is a bugger and people are really tempted to do that in this business. And on this team, because we have some pretty amazing leaders, guys, I have struggled with comparison to Brooke and Emily. That's what got me into my really big mindset trap in February, when I was like questioning everything. Because I was like, look at them, they're already this and that. My team doesn't even need me. They just need Brooke and Emily. I don't have anything like to offer. They just need to look at them. Like, I don't, wah, victim status, right? That almost kicked me out. Like, it really crippled me hardcore for a good couple months. But that's why I started working with Preston. I started to dig in and excavate and get that crap out so that I could focus on my calling and on you guys and on showing up for you guys. So do you guys have an experience where you felt like comparison in general, or where you triumphed over comparison and you felt peace, or you felt you were able to get over that? Anybody have examples? No? Okay. Feel free to jump in. If it comes to you, jump in. I love to hear your ideas and your thoughts. Okay. So, number 2, exude energy and excitement. We are in the promoting business, in case you didn't know by now, with an exclamation point. She talks about how, it's funny because I feel like a lot of people in this business are natural promoters. They don't necessarily know that that's what they are, but like for me personally, when I love something, I want to tell people about it. Just because I'm excited and I want people to feel joy and I want them to have it, right? Not because I want to sell them something, but because I want them to have it. I like to promote things that are good. I like making connections. And that's all we do in network marketing, is we're sharing something we believe in with energy and excitement. So she talks about how important that is. Enthusiasm is a catalyst for success. It is important that you exude energy and you learn how to move your team into an authentic way to get to the meetings and attend the big events. So obviously in network marketing, it sometimes can be so convenient to just work from home that sometimes we forget getting our little booties to events like convention, like, you know, the Preston Pugmire event that I just got butterflies talking about. I'm not exaggerating. I said the word, the Preston Pugmire event, and I got a in my stomach. Ah, I'm so excited. But getting your people to get the value, to see the vision of these events and getting them there is everything in network marketing, because that is where people start to get the vision. They start to see it's bigger than Susie or Chantel or Crystal or Nikki or Christy. They start to see the big vision and they start to buy into that. They start to form that emotional bond with their dreams, and they see that it can become a reality when they get their vision enlarged. So getting people to events with that enthusiasm is huge. She also talks about how many of you are on three-way messages with your downline? So if somebody in your downline starts a message with you and you're kind of the leader in the message, are you guys doing those? Yeah, okay. So when you start a three-way message, maybe it's your 50th one, maybe it's your 200th one, maybe it's your 1000th one, right? But we have to remember to keep that same enthusiasm and excitement in every single message. And yes, it's hard sometimes. You can have like a crappy day and you're kind of down on yourself, or maybe you're ticked at your kids. Not that I have any experience with that today. But you have to be able to compartmentalize and say, okay, but for right now, I'm going to shift gears and I'm going to have enthusiasm, excitement. I'm going to remember what a blessing these products have been to me, and I'm going to bring that excitement into this conversation. I like to call them FB3. Explain, Crystal. What is FB3? Is that right?
Sorry, I was trying to get back to the screen. I was typing.
No worries.
Facebook 3, three-way message. It's a shorthand.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, like three-way, I want to do a three-way with you is kind of like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. FB3 at Facebook 3.
I've had people raise their eyebrows at me a couple times, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I really don't want to do that three-way. I just want to like chat, right? Okay, so remembering to bring that enthusiasm and excitement into every interaction that you have, because it's that person's first experience with Plexus. So sometimes it can get monotonous and we think, oh, it's just another three-way. No, it's that person's first experience to experience Plexus. So we need to bring that same enthusiasm, that same excitement to the call or to the chat or whatever it is. Number 3 is encourage. So one of the biggest things that people in network marketing do it for is for recognition. She says people will work harder for praises than raises. A lot of times people that join network marketing, they are hungry for recognition, because when you think about it, people graduate high school, maybe they go on to college, and then they get married and they have kids, and really, there's not really opportunities for recognition. Am I right? Like after that, people don't really have the opportunity to be recognized. So a lot of times, that's what is exciting, and people didn't even know it. Sometimes they don't know that's what they're after. I remember one of my leaders just barely was on the leaderboard, and she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I wanted to be recognized. I didn't think that drove me, but it was actually really nice to get that recognition. People love to be recognized. That's something that I've been focusing on our team for the last few months, is to recognize good things, because that's when people are recognized for doing the right thing, it breeds more of that, right? And we create this culture that breeds more of that. So I would encourage all of us to look for opportunities to praise people for doing things right. If you're feeling down and you're like, nothing's going right on my team, my business is just at a standstill, or things are frustrating, it's okay to feel that way. We all feel that way at times. But I challenge you and me in those moments to sit down and write, well, what's going right? This is something I've done with Preston a lot. What am I focusing on? What's going right? Make a list. Who's engaged? Who is committed? Who's showing up? And then find a way to recognize them, because that goes so far in this business. I mean, in life, but in this business as well. Number 4, engage your team. So good leaders know how to take a spotlight, turn it away from them, and shine it onto their teams. Think of ways you can involve your team at events or meetings. So she talks about engaging your people and giving them opportunities to grow. So, for example, if you wanted to do a team call or you wanted to do something on your team, highlight somebody. If you feel like you have somebody who's standing out on your team, who sent out, like one day Susie Heiners was like, I'm sick and dang tired of being stuck. I'm going to send out 75 messages in one day. And she freaking took it to the freaking cleaners and did it. Well, she needs to be recognized. So I said, Susie, will you please post that? I just know that people would be inspired by that, and that is a form of recognition. Like, I want you to share your amazing ideas with the team. People love to be empowered, to be the teacher and the leader. So anytime you can empower your people, anytime we can empower our people to be the leader and be the teacher, it's going to create those opportunities to recognize and to empower them as leaders. Number 5, educate your team. Anybody have thoughts or ideas or anything? No? Okay. Educate your team. She said, good leaders don't, I love this, don't rely on anyone else to train their team. It can be easy to start going, oh, I wish that the training was just a little more like this, like what your upline is prepared. I remember kind of doing the same thing, and I created my own, obviously. That's always the answer. If you don't like what you've been given, then create your own. You have it. Go get it, right? But it's really easy to kind of be critical and be like, oh, if only it was like this or that. Well, guess what? The good news is you're the CEO of your own business. So you can take the bull by the horns and be like, I'm going to create this training that has these things in it so that I can empower my people to have the tools that I believe they need. And you have that liberty. This is your business. This is not my business. Your business is not mine. I run my business a certain way, and you have the freedom and the responsibility to run it how you feel is best for you and your team. And the good news is you're the only one that knows what your people need. So she talks here about taking that on. And, you know, we don't, hold on, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Number 6, equip your team. Develop a mentality that you are out to create empowered entrepreneurs. And I love this. She says, turn off your enabling button. Sometimes we can feel like we need to do it for people, right? We feel like, oh, I'm so excited they want to do it. Well, I'm just going to make it hurry and do it for them so they don't want to get scared away, right? And we enable people. We answer questions for them that they could find themselves. Or we do things for people that they can do themselves, right? It's kind of like parenting. When you notice that your kid can start to get themselves their own bowl of cereal, it's time to say, hey, I love that you're so amazing that you can get yourself a bowl of cereal. Lucy will be like, Mom, sitting on the couch, can you get me a bowl of cereal? And I'm like, oh, guess what, Rue? You are such a powerful little dolly girl that you can do it yourself. Go get your own bowl of cereal. It's the same thing. Of course, we're kind and we're loving and we want to help our teams. We want to support them. But at some point, we have to empower people to take ownership and do what they can do for themselves. Because at the end of the day, you guys, Brooke and Emily have been amazing mentors to me, but they have not done this for me. Absolutely not. I have dug in and taken ownership, and every one of you have the same opportunity to dig in and be like, thank you, Christy. Now I'm doing my thing, and I'm going to show up for my team and enable them, or I'm going to empower them to take ownership, right? That's really what we want to create, is empowered entrepreneurs.
Can I share something?
Yes, go ahead.
So this past week I did a Zoom call with just me, one of my level ones with Sarah Hilmo, and then with one of her level ones who she's actually a flight nurse out of Montana.
Oh,
Anyways,
cool.
but she's had some really great success on the products, and she has her and her husband on it, and she wants her kids on it too, so she wants to be able to get her products paid for at least.
Oh, cool.
She wants to do more too because she just really loves the product. Anyway, and so I kind of ran the call. It was actually my first call without Laura, I think, too. But anyways, and so, but when we got done with it, I had told her that I would send her verbiage on like a suggested post and like a suggestion on what to send people for their, personal messages. And I started typing it, and I kept having a block because usually it's not hard for me to write those. They're really easy.
Right.
And I just stopped, and I'm like, Sarah should be doing this. What am I doing?
Good for you.
And at first I was kind of trying to protect her because when she wrote her first post, when Sarah wrote her first post, it literally took her a week. And it was like a painful process for her. Even though I sent her a simple one, she just wanted, you know what I mean? It was just a painful process. And I knew that it was going to be out of her comfort zone. But I just knew that it wasn't supposed to be me writing this. She knew her friend better than I did.
Right, yeah.
And so I just suggested that she write it. And she was a little scared, I think, of doing it. But she did it, and she did a great job too. And so I was just super proud of her. So it was cool.
Good for you, Susie, because I think leadership really is to know that fine line between, we do want to do it with people, for people in the beginning, because that's what we want, our handheld, so that we can see it done and we can start to get comfortable. But there does come a certain point when we get baby steps, like, okay, I'm going to let you take a baby step because I know you can do it. And it's a real leadership quality to be able to recognize when it's time to let them take a baby step. And you're there to catch, of course. It's not like you're saying, okay, you're on your own, but you're letting them take baby steps, and you're always there encouraging and supporting. But good for you for recognizing that opportunity. That's like raising your lid, Susie, because I know that's hard for you. You're such a mama bear, and you just want it so bad for people that I know that's a stretch for you as a person too.
Yeah, so, it was good though.
Way to go. That's awesome. Okay, she said, the last part she says here with equip your team. Encourage your team to rise to the challenge and develop their own leadership right away. I love that. We're doing it with them, for them in the beginning, but we're giving them opportunities to take ownership because it is their business. I don't ever want anybody on our team to think that this is my thing and that I run the show. I want you guys to take whatever you love about how we do things and then take it and make it yours and take ownership of your own team, because it is your team. And just like Susie said, I can't reach your people like you can. You get to take the tools and then adapt them and use them for your team. So, number 7, encouragement is important. Good leaders know how to elevate and lift up the entire organization, which includes corporate team, upline, downline, sideline, people not even on their team. And it's important to do this because, guys, it's almost like we're on, like, not a job interview, but trust is a really touchy thing. And so consistency in network marketing is everything. It's showing up for our people. And we don't work 24/7. Did you guys notice? I was just unplugged for 5 hours. I went to the lake with my family and I literally turned my phone off because I needed to step away and have some family time. It doesn't mean that we work 24/7, but it does mean that we are here consistently showing up for our team, and we're modeling that. And also they talk about encouraging your upline, your downline, your sideline, just being a good person and letting that radiate so that you're just breeding more of what we want to create, what we're committed to, right? So it's important that way. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite things about network marketing. I'm going to be transparent. When people say network marketing is the greatest industry on the planet, my skin crawls and I'm like, ooh, not all companies. They are not all created equal, and I don't believe that. It makes my palms sweat saying that to you. I do believe with the right company and with the right leadership, it can be the best and most amazing and rewarding thing on the planet. I do believe that, and this is one of my favorite things, is that we are rewarded for becoming a better person. Because as we become better and as we step into our divinity and be ourselves and remember who we truly were divinely created to be, that radiates. It radiates upline, it radiates downline, it radiates sideline, and guess what that's called? Abundance. And guess what we attract? Abundance. And we get rewarded for that. It's so amazing, especially with products like this that are life-changing. We're not offering people candles. I love candles, but that's not life-changing. So we are in such an amazing position to focus on becoming a better person and being just so generously rewarded for it. And for that, I seriously get teary thinking about it. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to make such a generous income for becoming a better person. Like, that is just, it seems too good to be true, but it's true, and I love it. Number 8, ethical leaders go the distance. So she talks about, like in that situation with Karen last night, my cute cousin that was like, you know, Christy, I really do want to sign up under you. I've been wanting to, but my husband's cousin, you know, she talked to us about it first, but she's not even doing the business. My bum was like, because I was like, I'm not going to steal anybody. Like, pucker factor, it's what we call it in our family. Like, your bum goes, I'm not going to steal anybody from anyone. Like, I said, are they taking care of you? She's like, no, she's not. Like, I don't even think she's doing the business anymore. And is she reaching out to you? No, she's not. And I was like, okay. And she's such a sweetheart that I know she would never make that up. She would totally give people the benefit of the doubt. But it's being willing to ask the hard questions, right? When you have someone come to you and say, well, Crystal, I really do. I loved that post that you did. Susie Heiner's actually my friend, and she reached out to me and she gave me a sample, but I really want to sign up with you. It's hard because you want to say, okay, let's sign you up right now, right? But good leaders ask the hard questions and they say, look, I know that if that happened to me and I was on the other end, I would hope and pray that that person had some integrity, and they ask the hard questions. And the good news is, in our culture, we have a one plexus culture. I feel like people are generally across the board very, very considerate this way. But it's important to remember that as a leader, we have to be willing to be ethical. Okay. She talks about leading by example, number 9. And this is going to be some hard truth. Are you guys ready for some hard truth? You know me. I love you, and I want to like pump you up and tell you you're beautiful and you're amazing. And I also want to tell you the hard truth, because the hard truth means you can actually make it work, right? Because at the end of the day, we want to make this work. Here's the hard truth that she shares that I'm going to share with you. If you stop building before you have a solid income and title, you will fail in this business. Deep breath. So if you stop building, what does that mean? I know a lot of jewels actually that message me, how are you in momentum? What are you guys doing? What is your secret? And it's like, we continue to talk to people. There's a lot of people in Plexus that stop sponsoring. They stop doing the nitty gritty, reaching out to people. They stop following up. They stop creating new business. You guys, that is what this is all about. I just sponsored my 3rd person for the month. I'm so excited. I'm not stopping there. My goal is 6. And I'm going Platinum Club. I'm going to help at least one of them go silver. But that's what I love to do, you guys. I love to help brand new people get started. I love to follow up. I love to keep digging, keep following up with people. Most people don't respond right away. That's okay. That's normal. But that's the action that I continue to take. And it is like my heart's greatest joy when someone responds and they're like, I'm ready to go. It's the time. I've been watching you for 2 years. Like, I love that. That's what keeps our businesses exciting. That's what keeps our businesses growing. When we stop doing that, our businesses will not grow. Is that any, like, it's not a surprise, but I think sometimes we're like, what's going wrong in my business? And when you look at enrollments, it's like, well, you know, you got to take accountability. And if you're not enrolling people, your business is not going to grow. She says, new blood brings life to the business. And new blood, I don't want you to think that that's like, we're going to like feast on the blood. Like that sounds kind of like cannibalistic or something. New blood, right? That's not what we're saying. It's like fresh new people that are excited, people that are breathing fresh new life into your business. Always having fresh new people is what keeps your business alive. It's what keeps it growing. And for me, it's what keeps it exciting. And it reminds me, keeps me grounded and reminds me why I'm doing this. Because I love getting new people started. It's like what makes me have butterflies. And she talks about how that's what keeps your business growing. She says, the good news is, I'm going to be transparent. You guys want a moment of transparency from me? Another one? Guess how many people I enrolled last month? Dun, dun, dun! None! Here's the thing. There's no excuses. I was on vacation for 2.5 weeks of June, which I'm not complaining about, but I allowed myself to experience being on vacation, right? Do you guys want to do that? Like, I'm a girl that's in the moment. When I'm with people, I'm with people. I don't work 24/7. It's not my jam. But that doesn't work, right? So I made a commitment this month. I was going to get 6 to make up for last month, because at least 3 is my goal every month. Well, the good news is I had this really exciting feeling on June 30th when I was like, okay, no enrollments. That's not what I'm creating. I've never done that before. Never in 2 years. Never, ever. But I was like, July is a new opportunity. And guess what? Your business will come to life again when you start enrolling people. That's the good news. There's no expiration date on your Plexus success. The second you start to enroll people, it comes back to life. It's exciting again, and we get to do it. Like, that's why I feel like this is something I'll be doing forever, because I love it. I love to talk to people. I love to share my story. I love to share my passion. I love to talk about life and how these products are life-giving. So as you do that, you breathe new life into your business, and at any moment, all day long, all your life, you can create brand new momentum in your business just like that, by finding someone new and enrolling someone new. And that's so empowering. She said, remember to work with the willing and love the rest of them. So we don't drag people. We work with the people that want to work and that are coachable, and then we love everybody else. Work with those who deserve your support, not necessarily those who need it. How do you identify those who deserve it? By their actions. I recently heard a leader say, I watch their feet, not their mouths. That's huge. So people that say, I'm going to be a diamond, it's going to be amazing. You're like, yay. And then you watch and see what they do, right? And if they start to produce and they start to take the action and do the things, then that's who deserves your support. Number 10, endure, endure, endure. So she said, pick a company and stick with it. You're just working through your own set of odds, and you will find your set of aces if you don't quit. How amazing is that? That we're all just working through our own set of odds, right? And we will make it if we don't quit. Okay, we're almost done. There will be ups and downs on your journey. Success requires you to fail forward. Discipline your disappointments. Don't deviate from your mission and be driven by your dream. Do not quit. You can either give up when times are tough, assuming your business isn't working for you, or you can continue to learn your own life and leadership lessons as you move ahead. Isn't that the peaceful path? You'll eventually find success as long as you don't quit and you continue working. Isn't that such a relief to know, like, I'll make it. It's just a matter of when. I'm committed. I'm taking the action. I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm continuing to better myself. And guess what? No matter how long it takes, I'm going to be successful. That is so empowering. It's a relief to me. So the last part of what she shares, I'm going to make this really quick because it's already kind of time to be done. She says, your dreams, desires, and passions were placed in your heart for a reason. It doesn't matter where you are in your business, your dreams can be realized through this vehicle. You have to remain coachable and committed, and you cannot give up. She tells a story about a lady who worked for 3 years and really wasn't having a lot of success. 3 years, and she stuck with it. And then she said, all of a sudden in 90 days, she was developing herself as a leader, and she got to the point where she could lead, and all of a sudden she just shot to the top of the company, like super fast. And she said, what if she would have given up after the 3 years? Because, no, it's just not working, it's hard, I'm putting in the work and I'm not seeing the results. She was continually developing herself and doing the work and sticking with it. And all of a sudden it shifted, it clicked. And she attracted the people that she needed, that she deserved to attract, because she started raising her lid. And just like that, everything changed. She shot to the top of the company, and she's one of the top earners. Isn't that crazy? So when you look at your business and you're like, it's been a year or 2 years and I'm still Sapphire, or it's been this long and I'm still this. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm just saying, like, our victim stories are super convincing to us, right? We sit there and, yeah, and then, right? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive. This is just me. I feel like, gosh, we stick with this for years, and you continue to take action. You continue to be consistent. You continue to better yourself. You're going to be successful at some point. That's just the way it is. So I love that we have control over that. She said that most people would have given up much sooner. Although discouraged at times, she continued to remain coachable and committed. She said when she spoke to her about this whole journey, Nikki, the chick that did this after 3 years, began to speak faith-filled words even when success didn't seem possible. She spoke it into existence until it started to become her reality. And she's taking action, right? Okay, the last part. I encourage you to also persevere. You will face resistance in your business too. Resistance isn't a sign to quit. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, growing in faith, confidence, and as a leader. You are being refined. You will be accelerated at your designated time if you press on. You will not be accelerated at the designated time if you quit. You will be accelerated at the designated time if you press on. I love that. What do you believe for your business? What do you believe for your life? What are you speaking over your business, life, and team? You have the ability to truly transform lives with your words. We give life to what we say, good or bad. And that's another thing I love about network marketing, is we have the opportunity to truly change people's lives. And that is not typical in business. You don't really have that opportunity, but we do have that with this opportunity. She said one of the things that Nikki said is, one of the things that Sarah said when she was early on not having a lot of success is she was saying things like, everyone's quitting, no one's joining me, blah, blah, blah. And then she realized that she was exactly where she needed to be. She says, I wasn't ready to lead yet. I was being refined into the leader and woman I was destined to be, being prepared to lead the multitudes. I love that. Okay, so she said, don't give up on your dreams ever. And remember, it's never too early or too late to passionately pursue your dreams. Go for your goals. That's it. End of book. Boom. Is that awesome? Dang, I love it. It's the same story, just told over and over again, but I just love it. It's simple, right? But it's not always easy. But look at you guys showing up, committed to bettering yourselves, and I love it. Do you guys have any thoughts or questions or anything?
I was just gonna say, I have a problem with comparing myself, and especially with all these. Was so awesome going to convention, and then the thought of being able to do leaders retreat and the legacy, and I'm like beating myself up because I'm not progressing to get to those places.
Right.
Then I had to think about, okay, I'm not even 6 months in, and I already have